Greetings, YouTube. I'm filming this on June 8th, so if I'm behind the curve on this by the time you see it, forgive me. I often have my videos up a week, sometimes 2 weeks in advance. I like to have a buffer in case I have foibles in life pop up. Um, and recently, the President of the United States came out against Antifa, declared it a terrorist organization, which is going to be very difficult to enforce because Antifa is not an organization. There's no leadership. Antifa is a concept. It's an ideology. For those that don't know, Antifa isn't just some abstract name. It's a portmanteau. It's the contraction of a word. Not even two full words, because it stands for anti-fascist, and anti really isn't much of a word on its own. It's a prefix. But anti-fascist combined together to make it a little easier, faster to say, and easier to say is Antifa. That's it. Now, when it comes to that concept, the opposite of Antifa, the opposite of anti-fascist would be pro-fascist. And that's it. Those are the two sides in this discussion. So if you're opposed to anti-fascism, that means that you're pro-fascist. How do I feel about that? Let me think now. If you're pro-fascist, how do I feel about that? I'm sure I'll get to the point eventually. And that's what the president has declared. The president has done the exact same thing that Hitler and Mussolini did. And this isn't hyperbole. This isn't me projecting onto the rat bastard. They actually did this. They outlawed anti-fascist movements because they themselves were fascists. Mussolini, absolutely, literally a fascist. I mean, he used the name. Fascism was just like a political concept that he just loved. And of course, Hitler embraced it as well. And apparently, the President of the United States has done so. Now, anti-fascism is a concept that's been around for a while. And the United States of America at one time had a very large anti-fascist organization known as the U.S. military. And we went to Europe and we kicked the living shit out of the fascists. We kicked their ass until they didn't exist anymore. We kicked their ass all over Italy and Germany. Just kick, 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 kick. We ground their fucking ideology into the ground. We stomped on their flags. We bayoneted their members. We shot them. We blew them up. We destroyed their symbols, their military equipment, and of course, all the members that fought back until they surrendered. And then we put some of them on trial, and some of those were hung. We did a really good job. Apparently not good enough, because the ideology is still with us, and there's some people still cleaving to the symbols of the Nazis. But that's what the U.S. military did in the 1940s. They were the biggest anti-fascist organization in the world. Right up there with the militaries of Britain and France and Russia, all together, joined, linked, killing fascists. Remember, that was the greatest generation. So you're going to tell me, President Clownface, that the greatest generation should be outlawed? That the golden era you keep cleaving to, that you've placed on a golden pedestal for everyone to look at, were actually horrible people? Oh, that's not going to go well with the base now, is it? Because that's what you've said. You said that the greatest generation should be outlawed because they were anti-fascists. So what's it going to be, America? Pick a side. Are you anti-fascist or are you pro-fascist? Because there's no middle ground. There's no fence. There's no gray zone. There's no uncommitted. Two sides. Two. You're either anti-fascist or you're pro-fascist. And if you're pro-fascist, well, how do I feel about that? Oh, yes, that's right. If you're pro-fascist, you could fuck right off.